Nouncer started as a microblogging service similar to Twitter but closer to Jaiku. It was created by Erin Hammer in 2006, who has previously been the head of software development for financial institutions and managed technology for political and governmental organizations with focus on social networks. Nouncer was conceived before Jaiku and Twitter launched, and when they did, his creator tried to differentiate it by taking it to a less social direction. When Twitter and Jaiku were announced around the end of 2006, Hammer did not consider them a direct competition to his own idea, and it wasn't until March 2007, when Twitter got their major growth spurt and received significant traditional media coverage, that he realized that a problem had emerged. I was already committed to leaving my day job and working on Nouncer full-time as this was unfolding. It presented the challenge of having to figure out parts of the plan I was hoping to leave alone for a while. I still saw the great potential of microblogging as a content distribution platform rather than a social interaction tool. I started to call Nouncer a micro-content platform to make it more accurate. The basic idea was not to try and compete with Twitter, but take a different approach to the same service. Instead of building a social tool, he intended to build a central home for real-time content. The content focus made it easier to frame Nouncer differently than Twitter and Jaiku. The business decision to focus on technology and avoid building a consumer application had a significant impact. The most significant change was a fundamental shift in the nature of the startup. The company moved from building a consumer-facing website to a combination of infrastructure provider and software developer, which made the overhead cost much higher, time to market longer, and resources much more difficult to find. In May 2006, Hammer realized that money was not going to be an issue for his startup, but that the resource he was missing was incredibly harder to find. He stated, "At the end, I asked myself what are the most critical resources I need to be successful, and the answer was partners and developers. I'd been looking for both for about a year and was unable to find the right people. I'd realized that money was not an issue. I made a decision that surprised most people and pulled the plug. This was actually an easy decision because the fundamental facts were easy to understand. I had no reason to believe I'll do a better job finding a team with more money, and I couldn't have moved fast enough without a team." From Nouncer's failure, there are some very valuable lessons we can grasp that may assist other entrepreneurs. In his blog post, The Last Announcement, Hammer explains some of them. Learn the value and impact of small decisions. Don't go down the road alone. You need a partner to keep you centered and counter your decisions. This is key in order to accomplish milestones and deadlines. Money is not always the issue. Be attentive of all the resources you are going to need to successfully launch and grow a new venture. Figure out your product. No sticking with a single message creates a lot of confusion about the product, and confusion is the last thing you want in a startup. Know where your consumers are and when to find the resources you need. After Nouncer's failure, Hammer started working for Yahoo as LED.com project lead. Most recently was the lead author and editor of the OAuth specifications. In November 2011, he joined Walmart Labs to lead the mobile web services team.